Hey Tribe, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. Well, this is day 2 of being at Lewis Lake in Yellowstone, and I guess it's officially day 1 of being a camp host. So, just wanted to bring you an update on what my day has been like so far. Oh, wait, look. I got a golf cart. Kit hasn't actually seen the golf cart yet. Hey, Kit. Kit. He's busy looking for something to sniff. I guess we'll get back to that. He loves golf carts, though.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
So here's the deal. I'm not allowed to film in uniform for YouTube. And I get that. It totally makes sense. But I thought I'd bring you up to date on what I've done so far today, which is, first of all, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, which was a little earlier than I intended, but I went to bed really early because I was already cold. Have I ever mentioned that I'm not a fan of cold weather? I'm really not. I really much prefer warm weather to cold weather. But I wanted to make sure that I was up and ready today, and I didn't take Kit with me this morning because, I knew I was just going to be getting familiar with what I needed to do first thing in the morning. And so, got up at 5, took him for a walk at 7 o'clock this morning when it was still 37 degrees outside. He had to wear a jacket, I had to wear a jacket. It was chilly, it was very, very foggy. There he is. There's the good boy. So I guess I'll start with, what my first job is, and it's riding around in the golf cart and changing out the tags on the camp posts. Used to be able to speak. So let's walk down here and I'll show you one. How about that? And I'll be honest, I'm not going to do a whole lot of walking with you today because between taking him for a walk this morning and walking just in and out of the campsites, changing the tags, doing the thing I had to do, I've walked like over 3 miles today. So let me just give you an example though, so you can see what this looks like. So we got these posts right there. I'm not very good at doing this backwards, sorry. And they've got the tag on them that I put out today that says the name of the person and how long they're going to be staying. That road behind me goes down to the campground office, to the ranger station, and my site is just up ahead of us in the direction that we're walking. Beautiful day. I mean, we got some blue sky, got a lot of clouds. Going to be cloudy for the next couple of days, and I'm feeling a little challenged with the solar this early in the season, considering we still have a lot of daylight. But at this point, I don't think I'm even up to 90% yet. And I was at 88 when I went to bed last night. But because of the way my system works now, when I changed out the original flooded cell house batteries that were part of the original system earlier this summer, and I put in an SOK lithium battery instead, and then I put in a Victron charger for that. Well, basically what happens is, look at that beautiful view, huh? How about that sky? That's pretty awesome. Basically what happens is that the 100 amp hour SOK battery that I just put in this summer gets charged from my big battery bank, which when there's plenty of sunshine is not an issue at all because it just refills itself. I'm spinning around because, see that bear box behind me? This is the site actually next to mine, and that box is open, so I want to check to make sure it's empty, and I'm going to close it. There we go. This bear-proof box was made possible through a generous donation to the Yellowstone Park Foundation by the Compton Squirrel Farm. So there you go. So we got all these cool little trails and stuff to kind of wander through, I mean, these are very interesting campsites. It's like the bear box was up there, you just saw. And now we're walking down this like rocky trail. And this is part of why I'm going to be getting so much exercise, to the fire pit and picnic table that belong to the bear box up at the top of the hill that you can't see. How's that for interesting, right? And then if we go over here to this one, see, like here, I don't know if I can show it to you or not. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. See that pile of ash on the ground? I'm gonna have to come by and clean that up later, because you shouldn't have any fires outside of the fire pit. So I'll need to clean that up to make sure that it discourages other people from doing the same thing. So now, I'm not quite sure which site this tent pad that I'm standing on belongs to. Here. I'm gonna go out here. Okay, see that tent site pad right behind me? Does that belong to that campsite we just walked down through? Or does it belong to this one that we're about to walk up through? Part of what's interesting to me about this campground, what are you doing, Kit? I guess he's sniffing. He's sniffing, that's what he's doing. Part of what's interesting to me about this campground is how full it is. I mean, there's not a lot of people in here right now because everybody's out exploring. But a lot of people come in for one day, set up a tent and all that stuff, and then leave the next day. Which seems like a lot of work to me. But, you know, I guess if you're on vacation, it's all part of the experience. So now we're walking through another site, and we'll come back up here and head back to mine. Yeah. So, a couple of observations. I've already walked a whole lot today. It's going to take me a while to get acclimated to the elevation. Oh well, I'll get acclimated. It won't be that bad. And I think I'm going to end up maybe getting enough exercise finally to get rid of some of the weight that I gained from the broken foot from laying on my couch for 7 weeks. Hope so, because I haven't been happy at all about the weight gain, which was essentially a pound plus a week for every week I was on crutches. All right, so we're back at my site, and I think we'll go sit down at the picnic table for a minute. How about that? So this is all new to me. Basically doing, you know, live vlog style stuff. How's that? I guess let me back you up a little bit more. Does that work? Sorry guys, I'm not used to this mode of operation. That's not too bad. All right, so don't love cold weather. I think that's being reinforced a lot, but I will eventually get used to it. I'm a little concerned about my propane situation. I mean, part of what I was looking forward to was having unlimited propane so I could rub my heat as much as I want to. Don't really think that's going to be true, at least for now. Part of what I want to work on this afternoon is trying to find some place I can get the connection to be able to use their propane so that I can do that. But I doubt that I'll actually get it for like another week and a half, because that's going to be the first time I'm going to be leaving here. The unlimited water is nice though. That's nice. I don't have unlimited hot water yet because I don't want to use up all of my propane and then have to leave sooner to go get propane. That just doesn't make sense to me. Everybody I've met so far has been super, super nice. And so, so the first thing I have to do in the morning is go around and change out all the tags on the campsites. I think they said there's 84 campsites here. There are 2 that are administration only. so that I've got those 2 sites available in the event that somebody booked a site and just can't get into it, which is what happened to me up at Indian Creek, which is how I wound up here to begin with. So I've got 2 of those, but they don't ever show up in the reservation sites or anything else. And there's one walk-in hiker-biker site that is non-reservation, but everything else is reservation. So even if it turns out that somebody left early and we have a site available, unless I get their assurance that they're going to stay until 8 o'clock in the morning and then go pay the ranger before they leave, I can't give them the site. I can move people around if it so happens that they can't get into the site that they planned. But I mean, this campground is, their limit is 25 feet. And in fact, I saw the sign when I was driving by, when I was exploring Yellowstone before I'd committed to taking the job. And when I was talking to the campground manager, I said, hey, I saw the sign said 25 feet, I'm 28. He said, you'll be fine. He said, we do that because we don't want campers longer than 25 feet trying to navigate through there and get into really tight sites. But the 2 camp host sites are fairly large. In fact, I'm in the smaller of the 2, but it's the one that I think has better sun coverage, except that there's not much sun right now. Again, oh well. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So it took about an hour and a half to do the morning round, and then in probably another half an hour, 45 minutes, I'm going to suit up again, and then Kit and I are going to go do our next round to check on the campground and, you know, see if there are any problems. So part of what I'm looking for are things like, do people have food or trash or even water outside of the bear box, whether they're in the site or not. You know, so even if they've left for the day, if they don't have all their stuff put away, they're in violation. Everything has to be put away. And it's interesting because the rangers have told me that there really is not a bear problem here in terms of coming into camp, but I think part of that is because of the very strict enforcement on the bear box routines. So that's you know, the first round is putting on the tags, the next round is checking again to make sure that everybody is operating correctly, and then I go sit in the office from about 4:45 until 7 o'clock. And then I go out and I do another roundabout around the campground, and then I'm done for the day. Except that, apparently I'm never really done for the day because there is absolutely no signal here. And so it's quite possible that I might get a camper that knocks on the door in the middle of the night because they've got some kind of emergency and can't reach anybody. And I do have Starlink, and there is Starlink available at the ranger station as well. So, you know, if I get a knock on the door and somebody needs help, that's what I'm here for. It's all cool. So far we're halfway through the first day, and I think it's pretty good. Let me know what your thoughts are about what I've shared with you so far, and anything in particular you'd like me to share with you about the campground or the job or any of that kind of stuff. And, you know, we'll see what happens. Hey, where's my kit? Where's my kit? Come on up here. Come on up. Good boy. Can you come up? Up. There you go. Can you look at the people? Can you turn? No, don't show them your butt. Show them your face. Turn around. Turn around. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Leave a comment, you know, thumbs up, all that stuff. And Kit and I will see you next time. Bye for now.